Now, yet another postponement for the ANC Free State Provincial Conference that was scheduled for this weekend. The divisions in the party played out in public last week when two parallel conferences were held and two provincial leaderships elected. The ANC Interim Provincial Committee has been at pains trying to explain reasons behind delays in holding the provincial conference, with the National Elective Conference a few weeks away. Our reporter Moloko Moloto is following that story and joins me now. Good morning, Moloko. We didn't exactly expect this because they had committed just 2 weeks ago when they were having their first regional conference that they would most certainly have the provincial conference. What exactly has happened now?
A very important question, Mfundo. And of course, we know that the Free State and the Western Cape province are the two provinces of the ANC that are yet to hold their provincial elective conferences. And here in the Free State, we know that it was meant to take place this weekend. But let's get the answer from the spokesperson of the ANC's Interim Provincial Committee, Mr. Oba Khobane. Sir, thank you so much for making time. What were the main reasons you decided not to hold the conference this weekend?
Thank you, and to your listeners. The ANC Free State has always been preparing for conferences. Now, for provincial conference to take place, there are certain processes and issues that must come from the national head office, and those are the key issues that are still holding us back. And until those things are,
what are they?
No, those are internal issues of the ANC. That involves the processes. So we are just waiting for those, and once we have, we can then immediately provide an appropriate date and continue with our conference.
All right. The factions in this province are clearing. Divisions are, the tension is palpable. I mean, we saw last week two parallel conferences, one taking place at Imvelo, and it was attended and opened by the convener of the ANC in the province. And there's another one. In other words, there are two structures which call themselves regional leaders of the ANC. Which one, as the IPC, do you recognize? One that was held at Imvelo Safari Lodge, or the one at the President Hotel?
The ANC in Mangaung had one conference, and the ANC in the Free State had another conference in Lejweleputswa. So in Mangaung, the IPC said on Saturday, and after receiving a report of a dispute resolution committee, gave okayed a conference of Mangaung to take place, which was organized by the interim regional leadership, and that in the report that we were getting, that conference was going to be held at Imvelo Lodge. So that's why the convener of the province, after that decision was taken, had to go to that conference and give a keynote address in that conference.
So I suppose you support that. I'm afraid I'm rushing you because of time. But let's talk about issues in the metro itself. The ANC caucus is highly divided there. At some point, some of them vote with the opposition. We know that they even rejected the budget of their own party, to a point that they even missed the deadline of the National Treasury. What's the future of the executive, particularly Executive Mayor Mxolisi Siyonzana and the Troika? Do you support? Because I know the ANC regional leaders elected in Mvelo, they actually want him removed. Do you support that as the province?
I mean, the ANC provincial committee had long taken a decision on the issue of the leadership of Mangaung Metro. But I must hasten to say that differences in the municipality needs a proper management. They shouldn't be condemned into divisions as if we have two ANCs. The incidents that we talk about were brought about by misunderstandings, genuine misunderstandings that came from, ward councillors who were saying, but the budget that we must adopt does not have our inputs as ward councillor. It was not based on one side or the other side. It was generally all the ward councillors. So as a result, it's not a question that they were voting against the ANC. It's only that they were expressing a key important issue that that does not include their inputs.
Okay, finally, there's a motion of no confidence that's been sponsored by the Democratic Alliance in Mangaung. You just said now that as the IPC, you did take a particular position on the leadership in Mangaung. What is that position? How are you going to be approaching this particular motion of no confidence by the DA should it find its way to council?
The ANC has its own processes. We would not support decisions taken by other parties unless those decisions conform to the principles that we abide by.
But what is that reason or the position that you told me earlier that you took as the IPC on the situation in Mangaung?
We had said that the leadership of Mangaung must be looked at and be changed so that we have a strong leadership that must deal with the challenges that Mangaung is having. But those decisions are issues that must be led by the ANC structures. They must be led by ANC caucus. So it is the ANC caucus which will lead any decision that will change either the mayor or any other person in Mangaung, not another party.
All right, Mr. Oba Kobane, he speaks for the ANC's Interim Provincial Committee in the Free State. I'm afraid we don't have time. I would have wanted to ask him about the project of unity, given the fact that the divisions in this province are just clear as to how, as the Interim Provincial Committee, they intend to resolve those. Mfundo Mabala.
Daylight in that particular province currently. But Moloko will leave it there for now. That's eNCA reporter Moloko Moloto. More news on the other side of this break. Do stay with us.